This week, a Calgary cop issued a distracted driving ticket because somebody was using their phone while waiting in line at the Tim Hortons drive-thru. Because God forbid something distracts you from the road while you're exchanging money for food out of the window of your basically parked car. Hey everyone, it's me, Izzy. I swear I don't hate the cops, Nobry. This is the Izzy Nobry Show. It sounded like a song there, sort of. I think in post I can add some music. Would that be a good idea? No? Alright, I'm not sure if this is a thing where you live, but here in Calgary, and I think in all of the province, I'm not sure, we have something called distracted driving laws. Basically, those laws prevent people, or they should prevent people, from operating their cell phones while they're driving, which is a reasonable thing to do. Common sense not being the most common thing in the world, which is kind of ironic considering it's right there in the name. Do we need to change that phrase? Anyway, people are dumb, and if we don't have a law like this, we will have people doing 120 kilometers an hour on the highway, Snapchatting pictures of their balls, or whatever the we're doing these days, crashing into school buses filled with kittens. Look, it's a thing we need. I understand that. We need to have a system in place to punish people doing that, to send a message that we shouldn't do that. What the is that? That we shouldn't do that. I totally get it. I don't think I'm just raging against the law as it was intended, because that's not the point here. And that is the main issue I have here. So here's the deal. When it comes to law, to legal stuff, there's a dilemma between the letter of the law, meaning exactly what the law says, and the intent of the law, meaning what the law means to say, what the law is trying to prevent. And more often than not, when you follow the letter of the law as opposed to the intent of the law, you get silly shit happening. More often than not, people trying to apply laws by the letter are trying to get away with shit, or trying to use something to their advantage, or trying to exploit some kind of loophole because the law wasn't written exactly how it should have been. It's douchebaggery to the third degree, or whichever degree is the worst. Because, I mean, when you're talking burns, it's the third, but when you're talking laws like murder, the first is the worst. It's douchebaggery. It's shenanigans. That's when you get when people are trying to just enforce the letter of the law instead of its intent. What I need you to take away from this is that the strict adherence to following the letter of the law almost never benefits society at large. It almost always benefits one ass looking for the loopholes or seeking some kind of unfair advantage. Trust me. And look, I get that the cop is technically correct, and yes, that is the best kind of correct. But if you apply that definition to distracted driving, the whole experience of the drive-thru is distracted driving by definition. Because think about it. You're driving up to a menu, then you're reading a manual, then you're placing your order, then you're being handed a debit machine, you're swiping your card, you're punching in your PIN number. The whole experience of buying something in the drive-thru, by a strict robotic definition of distracted driving, is distracted driving. But we already had drive-thrus before the law. So I think it goes without saying that this law doesn't apply in that context. It applies to say when somebody's driving on the actual road, that is what the law applies. That's what it intended to do. And listen, don't get me wrong. I understand the law is important, and I'm not one to disrespect the police. I know that they have a very hard job, and a lot of times thankless job. We need these guys. I get that entirely, and I don't mean to on Calgary police. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you can't just follow rules like a robot like that, because we might as well just ban drive-thrus. The drive-thru, if you want to be that strict about the definition of distracted driving, is basically encouraging people from driving while stuffing their face with double phone is ringing, with double quarter pounders, just obscuring half their vision with the greasy McDonald's. Half the word is drive, and you go there to get food. Okay? Can we just agree that that law should not apply to a drive-thru? Because as a philosopher once said, this is bananas. I don't think that's what the taxpayer is paying the police for, to bust some dude who's waiting in line and decided to check his text messages while somebody's making his double-double. Am I alone in thinking this is silly? This is silly, right? This is totally silly. You ass devil's advocates, post in the comments down below. I'm sure you're gonna come up with something that proves that I'm just an idiot and I'm wrong, because it is the YouTube comment section I accept. I accept that. If you're new around these parts, click the subscribe button. You're not gonna wanna miss this, right? Hit the like button. That helps out way more than you think. Trust me, I need that. Give me them likes.
Give me them likes, son.
And that's everything. I'm Izzy and I'm done. I did think that it was bullshit to go to drive-thru and get greasy McDonald's using the excuse that this is for a video, and I have regretted